What is up, everybody? This is Josh with Reddit Viper coming at you with another war recap video. We had a exciting war a couple days ago. This was the potential to be win number 300, and it turned out we did get the victory. So win number 300 for Reddit Viper. There it is, Wars 1 300. So great job, everybody. Big accomplishment, big milestone for a clan. There's, I don't know how many clans there are with 300 wins, but I know there's, not a ton. So pretty stoked about that one. Tried to get a little bit bigger war for this one, and ended up with a 40-40. And we didn't know what to expect when we matched with this clan of Clash. They are an Egyptian clan, level 12 obviously, and with a lot of wins. So didn't know exactly what to expect. They had some hype in their clan description about some big Asian clans they had beat. But yeah, we didn't know what to expect, but fairly early on in the war, kind of seemed like, okay, this is we're going to be able to handle this one. So yeah, we took care of business. We didn't have our greatest war ever, to be honest. I'll show you their side of the map there, or this is our side. They left a lot of stars on the board. On our side, we cleared all the town hall. We had 2 or 3 town hall 8s, just to round up the numbers, and then the rest, a bunch of town hall 9s, which we cleared all the town hall 9s. Did have a couple of 9.5 dips. We had a couple of really fresh Town Hall 9s, or 9.5s, like, basically Town Hall 9s, just with the extra spell or something like that. So they had a couple of dips there. Their side, we didn't, we took care of 1 Town Hall 10 Digital got, and then Matt dropped down and got 1. Left 2 stars, or left 2 stars on the board with their top Town Hall 11, and also one of their Town Hall 10s, which read 98% on that one. So that was a frustrating attack. But so yeah, we performed well, just not our greatest performance up top, but everybody did a good job overall. All right, we are gonna watch some attacks here, but before that, we always like to recognize our 6-star assassins, our guys that pulled out 6 for the war. So AJ the Greater, he's one of our leaders. That's his alt account, so good job, AJ. DB Phone number 38 here with a fresh 6-pack. Monster Joshy, same deal, fresh hits there. Magic number 34 came through with 6 stars, so good job, Magic. Savior number 32, a couple of 3 stars as well. Kai coming up from Viper Pit, and a fresh 2 fresh hits, so we're gonna watch that hit on number 24. Drake number 23 had a couple of good ones, 1 fresh hit. Oops. And then MD with again 1 fresh hit and 1 cleanup. Good war, MD. And then Max, our last 6-star assassin with the fresh hit and the cleanup. I think we're gonna watch that fresh hit by Max. All right, MJ Monster Joshy had a 6-pack and also was the defensive MVP. They hit his base 5 times and still didn't get it cleared. So that was a good base, MJ. He's on our base building team, so that's right that he gets the defensive MVP there. All right, let's get to some attacks. So before that, the last several wars we've been keeping track of stats on what attacks are used, and it's been all HGHB and Blue Vealer. Those were dominating. Well, this was the first war after the first post update war. So after the healers got the nerf, didn't really know what to expect. We had run a bunch of friendly challenges, and really felt like, yeah, the healers actually did get a pretty big nerf. And so we just let guys kind of, we didn't put any rules in place or anything like that. Just let guys kind of use what they want, but with the knowledge that healers took a pretty big hit, and it ended up we had a bunch of air attacks. We're going to watch, we're going to see a lot of air here. So we did, Max, his was an HGHB. It was a fresh hit, and it works out that we're going to watch that one. But overall, kind of going back to the old school, I guess you would call them, strategies of, a lot of lavaloon. Mo Freezy, one of our clan mates, is gonna smack me for calling that old school because he's been rocking the air attacks forever. But yeah, we got back to it, got back to our roots there, and had good performance by our Town Hall 9s, even though jumping back into some strats that they haven't used in a while. All right, so Kai runs a Shattered GoLaLoon with we'll draw it out here. He comes in from the southwest side here with his golems, you know, some funneling wizards. He's got a couple of Valks in there in his kill squad, and you know, gonna wall breaker in here, jump spell, I think, like, you know, right around here. Goal is to take out this air defense, air sweeper, Archer Queen, and Clan Castle. You know, if he gets both, I think he expected to get both Expos. He doesn't end up. He only gets this one because you'll see his king goes down to the kill squad here. But overall, I mean, you know, he wrecks the base. The one thing that I would say was a, you know, I don't want to call it a mistake because he cleared the base, but he brings the start of his lavaloon from here and here. On this air defense, which is good for all these, you know, air facing defenses, but he's got this sweeper over here that keeps pushing everything. My preference would have been to start the lavaloon part, you know, from here, take this out and this sweeper out right away, and then you can kind of work your way through the rest of this. But I'll let it run here. Yeah, I mean, that's like I said, nitpicking at this point because he wrecks the base. These were, you know, that you see, this isn't a good strong anti 3-star base. This was a lot of their bases, you know, so from that perspective it wasn't the most difficult war, but they did have some anti 3 bases. I think the one that max hits is an anti 3. Yeah, so but yeah, I mean, guys did their job, performed what they needed to. So got the kill squad going in here. So his queen, actually, she goes kind of goofy pathing, which ends up his king gets wasted by the kill squad. He gets the enemy archer queen and first, but so his queen is shooting the town hall instead of going after the kill squad, which is just kind of strange. But she finally does take out the kill squad, but by that point the king and the golems are down. The Valks are, or I guess there's one golem up, but he goes down pretty quick there. So yeah, so here goes his lavaloon portion, and like I said, you know, I would have started it from the other side and not had that sweeper bugging me the whole time. The other thing I probably would do different is the rage spell for the lavaloon portion. I like haste at this point. You know, I'm pretty sold on bringing extra 2 haste for 1 rage. But yeah, again, that's he beat the base, so can't argue too much with it. At this point, it's pretty much cleanup. Can't fast forward because of where my button is for my recorder. There we go. Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's just all clean up. He's still got plenty of loons left. Got the hounds popped perfectly, and that is good game. So, good job, Kai. Good war. That was one of his 2 fresh hit 3 stars. All right, next up, we've got Drake on number 23. Another air attack. So, Drake comes in with a cold-blooded quad lavaloon. Sorry, this is the max attack. I was looking at the wrong attack. Sorry about that. This is so he's going to come in with 2 golems. He's going to, no, let me take that back. Golem here, golem here. He's going to drop his EQ here, and the goal is to take out air defense, air defense, air defense. Got some allergies going on or something. X-bow, air sweeper, obviously queen, CC. I don't remember if he gets this air sweeper, but at that point it doesn't really matter because this is the only air defense left standing. So I'll let it run here. He you know, gets everything that he needs to with his kill squad. I think, let it run. It is this golem up here ends up sitting on the wall, which, you know, isn't ideal, but it doesn't end up hurting him too bad. He, you know, he still gets everything that he needs to. Yeah, there's it doesn't affect his raid too much because his Barb King gets in there and kind of cleans out everything that he needs to. The Expo stays locked on that other golem, and so he gets down everything that he needs to get down. So He is going to start his lavaloon, right now. This is the one, one kind of mistake that he makes is you should always drop your max hound. If you've got a max hound in the CC, you want to drop that first because, most likely the first hound you drop is going to get popped, and, why not have the extra pups? If you have one hound that stays unpopped, which I think he does. I think, Actually, I don't remember, but anyway, if you are gonna have a hound that doesn't pop, you want it to be, your level 2, not your max. So, yeah, I mean, his hound just works perfect here. Paths well, where it ends up tanking for these loons for all these last point defenses, and from here it's just clean up. Just let it run. Yeah, see that hound doesn't pop at all, which is fine. He still beats the base, but preferable to have that one popped, and cleanup would have been a little bit easier. All right, so good job, Drake, with the max attack. Again, going kind of old school. Not old school, it's always been around, but just with the new strats. All right, next up is 17. This is Mr. Duke Fall. He is coming with another air attack. Like I said, there's a lot of air this war. They did like these, ground facing expos, so it makes sense on a base like this. So he comes in. This is a cold-blooded lavaloon, cold-blooded quad lavaloon. So he's got the three loons there, and then he's got one in the clan castle as well. So he's going to come in with Golem right here, wall breakers to open it up. Really easy funnel. A couple wizards over here, and then a jump spell, I think right around here. And take out this air defense and the Archer Queen and the CC. If he gets those 3 things, then his kill squad did their job. If they get over and get this extra air defense, great. But if they got those 3, then he was happy. He had the four hounds and 16 loons, and he's gonna have a rage. He's gonna use 1 rage on his kill squad, but he's gonna have a rage and 3 haste. So he's as long as his kill squad gets that, which it does, then he's gonna be he's gonna be gravy. He does have 2 air defense over here that are close together, and so he's gonna want to try to get on those pretty quickly. I think he drops, if I remember right, he drops a rage and haste. So both to get everything in there quickly. But so here drops that rage to get that queen cleared out quickly. Also helps his queen take down that lava hound quickly. So I'm gonna speed up the kill squad here. So it's just killing off the pups. He's already got down everything that he needs to, so anything else he gets from here is just extra, which he doesn't get much. His queen goes down pretty quick there. So yeah, so there's the rage. Does he drop yeah, drops the haste out there. The sweepers do cause him a little bit of trouble, but he's going to drop that backside hound. And yeah, I mean, just loons path perfectly. Get in there. There are Teslas in there, that are, and that air sweeper is still causing trouble. But at this point, he gets that last Tesla down, and then doesn't matter. The sweeper is just, being annoying at that point. It's not actually hurting the raid. So the pups are doing their job, cleaning everything up, and that is it. It's all gravy from there. It's a good job, Duke Fall. Duke's another guy that's solid on the air. All right, next up, Max coming in. We got to show 1 ground attack. We did have some. So Max comes in just with a standard HGHB. This is one of their anti-3 bases and setups, and lower heroes, 17, 18 heroes, so not great heroes, but other than that, it's a max base, other than a few walls. So he's going to come in from this angle, bring his giants in with the healers on them. I think his plan was to get in here and get this air defense taken out pretty quickly with bowlers, and then he wouldn't have any other air defense for a while. So his bowler, or his bowler giant portion of the bowler giant healer hero portion of the attack would be able to take out a pretty big chunk of the base without being affected by air defense. You know, these backside air defense wouldn't affect them. So let it run here a little bit. Yeah, I mean, he is a little bit lucky. I think he loses 2 healers right off the bat to this air defense. It does end up taking him a while to get this air defense, so he loses 2 healers. But then the other 2 remaining healers make it a long way through the base before they're picked off. So I mean, that's the thing about HGHB at this point, is it's just going to be kind of a crapshoot. It's going to depend. If you run into some black bombs early on in the raid, then you're going to be in some trouble. If you manage to avoid them, then it'll roll over bases like HGHB does. In this case, it doesn't. I think it got kind of close at the end, because his giants end up dying off because the healers get picked off, and his king kind of path funny there, so he's over there unprotected and gonna die off pretty quickly. He does take out that double giant bomb before, but yeah, move you up here. So he's already started dropping his hogs. That's another thing with HGHB, is you gotta have good hog placement, good heal placement on your hogs. So he does both of those things well. Max is a pretty experienced attacker, and you got the 30-30 heroes, so his hogs do end up dying off towards the end here. They run into a giant bomb and just some spring traps and just get picked off with the skellies there. So, but you see he's still got 2 bowlers, 2 healers on his queen, and his queen ability, and a wizard. So and a couple of wizards that are already dropped. So he ends up just having that stuff kind of circle. I'm going to speed it up here because they just circle all the way around the base. There's only those 3 defenses left, 2 splash and 1 point. They're not going to, as long as time, works out, he's going to be okay. So, compared to what HGHB has been in the past, which is just rolling over bases, this was relatively close. He took up most of the time, and and that was one of the few successful HGHB that we had. So in my opinion, that attack is dead as far as being legit 3-star strategy. All right, so next up, gonna watch one good attack. I bombed my first attack, but this one was a decent one. We had hit this base a couple of times. It's a 9.5, has just the 1 max cannon, and then it had hopefully I don't lose connection here. And then it had max, the 1 max air defense and max Teslas, so that'll pop up. So not a good base design, obviously. Really compact. So thought was, I'm loving this. I forget what they call it. The GoBoLaLo. So it's Shattered GoBoLaLo, and brought in 2 golems from here and here, funnel, making a funnel. The biggest thing is getting your heroes and your bowlers into the base, so they take out, I needed them to take out all 3 of those air defense, and the archer queen and the CC, obviously. Knew if I just had these perimeter defenses and this 1 air defense, I can clean that up with balloons. So we'll let it run here. And everything, I mean, pretty much worked out perfectly. Nothing surprising. By this point, I kind of knew where everything was at, and it was just a matter of getting a good funnel made. Well, it's taking me so long to start here, but yeah. So just a few wizards on each side, making my funnel. Get the queen down, king down, and bowlers once the funnel is there, and I know they're going to go in. Poison for the CC. Rage and heal for the kill squad. So it's kind of like a max attack, but you have the extra haste spells for your lavaloon portion. 2 hounds, no max hound because the bowlers obviously are in the CC. And I don't remember if yeah, I end up having an unpopped hound. And look at how I started off with 14 balloons, and I've got probably at least 10 balloons left. So this attack is really OP right now. It's probably my favorite attack to use right now. If you've got high level heroes, it can. There, I haven't met a Town Hall 9 base that I haven't been able to beat. You know, a couple tries on some of these goofy bases, but yeah, I mean, this attack is strong right now, so that one worked out for me. All right, and then last up, we're gonna watch Digital Exile. Seems like every recap we're showing one of his Town Hall 10 clears, so he is a beast, man. All right, so he comes in with a Queen Walk bowler, Mass Bowler attack. He's going to walk this whole line, his queen, all the way around. So he takes out this whole section with his queen, and just the patience. I'm gonna let it run because the queen walk literally goes on for half the raid. So just great patience, you know, knowing exactly what he's going to get. He does pick off some exterior buildings, which is just smart. I mean, Digital always does this stuff, whether he's hitting up to take out a Town Hall 11 or take, you know, hitting a Town Hall 10. He just really smart with his attacks, realizes where he can get some stuff cleared out so that time's not an issue. You saw this attack only takes 2 minutes, even though he runs a minute of it is running the Queen Walk. Which I will speed up here because it's pretty straightforward. I mean, he poisons the king. Does he? No, he doesn't even send in hogs. I think we had run a scout on this base, so we knew what was in the clan castle. But at this point, you know, he knows nothing's going to touch his queen. He does get a couple bowlers down there to create his funnel, and he had some archers working down there. You know, at this point, the bowlers are down, and he knows everything's going into the base. You know, he freezes the first, which is kind of, I think he expected more, or I guess more of the bowlers did path to the top side. So I don't know if he was just deciding that on the fly, which Inferno Tower to freeze, but yeah, I mean, the queen full health, ability still there, and the base is toast. So again, 2 minutes to clear a time. All right, we will watch one more attack here. We're going to watch Matt hit number 3. So Matt is actually, he's our top dog, Town Hall 11. So this is a bully attack, dip attack, but we still want to give Matt some love. He, you know, the strategy is typically to have our Town Hall 10s or 9.5s hit up to hit their 11s. And you know, for 2 stars, and then Matt, you know, is freed up to dip down and bully. So that's the strategy. That's what works in the game right now. So Matt doesn't get featured a lot in these recaps, but I want to show him some love because he, you know, he's the man. Always comes through with what we need on these Town Hall 10s, clearing them out. So. Not always, he's not perfect, but he gets them done a lot of times. So I want to give Matt some props, show him some love. We wouldn't be at 300 wins. He's been a long-time member, so good job, Matt. It's good to have you here. Always beasting on these bases. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty much wrecked at this point. 1 archer tower and then just clean up. The hound just sits there picking away at his warden the whole time. So. That is a wrap. Great war, Viper. Good job hitting 300. So let's make it 300 more. All right, guys. Catch you later.